We're talking about being born on the 14th of the month. Okay, so people born on the 14th are ruled by the planet Mercury because 1 plus 4 becomes 5, and that's Mercury. So they are very intelligent. They're witty, they're insightful, they're analytical, and they're really adept financially. They make good financial business decisions as well as managing their own money because their brain is so analytical. They also really appreciate humor. So they themselves can be funny, but they also see the humor in other people. And so, like, if someone's telling a joke and it kind of goes over everyone's heads, or people can't really appreciate like the nuances of the joke, people on the 14th very much get it. They're also really friendly. They make friends easily, and people really like them. I kind of think of them as social butterflies because they're able to easily go into any social situation or group and find a common thread to get along with other people. They also love travel, and they really understand the value in traveling and meeting new people. And this is something that I recommend that they do if they're in a rut. That will stabilize them. But they love to travel. They love adventure and doing new things. People born on the 14th are also very high energy. And so because of this, they can get easily bored. It's not uncommon for them to start a bunch of projects and then think of a new brilliant idea and kind of move on to that. And so they need to be careful not to leave this kind of like wake of unfinished projects, in their trail, because that's actually going to destabilize them. And so, if you have all these ideas, you need to really concentrate on what's the most important and the most effective thing to do to get them done before you move on, because they are really good at coming up with ideas. And so, I always recommend that people born on the 14th have more than one source of income, because the 14th is heavily connected to succeeding in business. But if you have more than one project in the works, even if it's just like a side hustle, it's not only going to bring you more money, but it's going to keep you from getting too bored. So people born on the 14th are also very set up to achieve financial success within their life. And so if you find that you're not doing well financially, then you need to look at your birth chart and see what's going on, because they are meant to achieve material possessions and do well financially. There's not a lot of numbers that do have this like karma that is supposed to come to them, but number 14 is one of them. And so they are set up for material success within life. Just really make sure that everything that you're doing business-wise is moral and on the up and up, because if it's not, then you are going to have major setbacks in your life. But if you do form your karma well and you are very moral, then you'll be rewarded financially even more, because karma is represented by the number 8, by Saturn, and Saturn is friends with your birth number ruler, which is number 5, Mercury. And so if you are moral and ethical in your business, then Saturn rewards, good karma. So just remember that you have a huge capacity to succeed materially. Just make sure you're doing everything ethically. Okay, and then so this is really interesting about your date. So you're born on the 14th. The 1 is ruled by the sun, and the 4 is ruled by the planet Rahu, the north node of the moon. And so number 1 holds the most power because it's the first number. So the sun holds the most power. So you are meant to shine in this life, and you do shine. People take notice of you. And when number 1 and number 4 come together, you can become famous, even if it's just in your own social circle. You are going to be very well known, and you're well known for your outside of the box ways of thinking, right? Because number 4, Rahu, is a very unorthodox planet known for its outside of the box ideas, and it's with a number 1, the sun. You're meant to shine. And then that's going to a number 5, right? It's being added up to a number 5, and that's communication. So you're going to be known for your communication, your outside of the box ideas that are brilliant, and then also in your business. And so just really know that. Just be careful not to take advantage of other people, because this is something that you have the opportunity to do. And so just make sure that that you stay like following your moral compass and don't do that, because people really look up to you, and you don't want to ever take advantage of people. And so, yeah, you're very fortunate in that you're set up for financial success. And also, you can receive a lot of support, not just from people in your social group, but also within your career because your date of birth, while it is a birth number of 5 ruled by Mercury, it starts with a 1. And that's the sun energy. And so, those that are higher up are really going to take notice of you. One thing, though, to watch out for is sometimes there can be obstacles within your relationship if you're born on the 14th. And so, just make sure that you do your best to not ever escalate things, even if it's not your fault, right? Even if someone's kind of coming at you, just make sure that you stay calm. Because again, your date of birth starts with a 1. That's the king. And the king is known, if he's operating at his highest energy within, the royal court of numbers, he's known as being very benevolent. And so just always remember, even if someone's being unkind to you, to just stay calm and stay benevolent and try to see everyone's point of view, because then you can kind of change the direction that things are going and people are really going to look up to you even more. So yeah, I would say your superpower is just being able to stand out in what you are doing within life. And this is going to be through your amazing kind of outside of the box communication and way of seeing things and coming up with new ideas, and then remedies to make sure that, you live your best life based on being born on the 14th. So wear hunter green as much as you can. This is really going to support that mercurial energy and being able to communicate even better. If you don't have anything hunter green, then any shade of green will work. Even light greens, turquoise, like if you have a turquoise necklace or some kind of jewelry, wear turquoise. Another thing is make sure that you're working out daily, even if it's just taking a walk, because being born on the 14th, you can have a lot of, anxious energy in you and want to move around. And if you're not working out, you're not going to be able to channel that energy properly. It's going to kind of be all over the place. And you'll find if you work out, your ideas are, better able to come to fruition. I do not recommend, and this is the same for people born on the 9th. I don't recommend just meditating or doing yoga. You need to do something where you're moving, and then you can go meditate or practice mindfulness, because that will help you significantly. Being born on the 14th and ruled by Mercury, you need a way to channel your thoughts, and that's more about letting them go. That's going to serve you well, but you first have to get the anxious energy out. And so I would recommend doing some form of exercise and then meditating or doing yoga. And lastly, just do your best to stay calm, to really appreciate where you are. Don't use any harsh words, and always keep your sense of humor, even in really challenging situations, because that's going to bring you back to who you truly are. So please let me know if you have any questions, and if you're needing guidance in your career or relationships, you can book a reading with me at brooknumerology.com, and I will see you for the next video. Bye.